Do you want to improve your business English? Do you want to increase your business English vocabulary? Well, if you do, then this is the lesson for you. Today, we are going to go over 3 business collocation vocabulary words that you must know. Let's go. If you are working and you have to use English at work, then it's important that you increase your business English vocabulary. In today's lesson, we are going to go over 3 very useful business collocation vocabulary words. If this is your first time to join me, a collocation is when we put 2 or 3 words together to make a new vocabulary word. If you've joined me before, then you know what this means and you should be able to follow along quite easily. In today's lesson, as I said, we will go over 3 business English collocation words. I will explain each vocabulary word. I will give you an example sentence. And then at the end of the lesson, I will give you a small mini test to see if you can remember which vocabulary word to use for each sentence. So make sure you watch until the very end so you can test yourself and test your knowledge of business English vocabulary. Okay, number 1, the first business English vocabulary word we will learn today is prospective client. Prospective client. Client in this situation means customer. So we could also say prospective customer. And what this means is this is any customer, any client who might be interested in your services or your product. They are not your customer right now, but potentially they might become your client. They might become your customer. So in that situation, we call these customers a prospective client or a prospective customer. A good example sentence for this vocabulary word is, I have an important meeting tomorrow with some prospective clients. Number 2, tight deadline. This means that you only have a short amount of time to finish a project or finish a task. You don't have a lot of time. The time is very limited. So we say it's very tight. It's a tight deadline. A good example sentence for this collocation is, I have to start on the project ASAP because it has a tight deadline. Now, if this is your first time watching my lesson, then I want to mention that I do have another video on business collocations. And in that video, I also go over 3 vocabulary words that you must remember. And I also have a collocation that is very similar to tight deadline. In that video, we go over a collocation and it is meet the deadline. So if you haven't watched that video yet, make sure you watch that after this. Those collocation words, those 3 business English vocabulary words are also very useful. Number 3, cut costs. Cut costs. This means that the company must reduce the amount of money that they are spending. They have to limit the amount of money they are spending. Or maybe they have to stop spending money. That's called cut costs. A good example sentence for this is, we might have to cut costs due to the sluggish economy. All right, in here I also used a very difficult vocabulary word, sluggish. Sluggish economy. Sluggish is an adjective. That means the economy is very heavy. It's not moving smoothly. It's not going well. So the economy is in a bad situation. So we can say a sluggish economy. So the sentence was, we might have to cut costs due to the sluggish economy. Okay, so how did you do with that? Do you understand all 3 of those business collocation vocabulary words? If you have any questions, if you are not sure, please ask me any questions you have in the comments section. I will definitely answer all of your questions and comments. Also, if you think this lesson is useful, if these English vocabulary words will help you at work, please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. Also, don't forget to share this with any of your coworkers and colleagues who are also studying English. Okay, so that brings us to the test part of the lesson. In this part of the lesson, I will give you a sentence and there will be a blank space. I would like you to choose one of the 3 vocabulary words we studied in today's lesson to complete the sentence. Okay, so choose one word to complete the sentence. Number 1, companies try to something to increase their profits. What business collocation vocabulary word will you choose to complete this sentence? Okay, the correct answer for this is cut costs. Companies try to cut costs to increase their profits. So remember, if you cut costs, you are spending less money. You are not using money. So that means your profit will increase. Spending becomes lower, you decrease your spending, so your profits will increase. Number 2, the team worked tirelessly to meet the something. What is your answer for this sentence? All right, the answer here is the team worked tirelessly to meet the tight deadline. All right, so they worked tirelessly. So they worked and worked and worked. Even when they were very tired, they continued to work. Why? To meet the tight deadline. They had a short amount of time to finish. So they had to work very hard. Now, one thing I want you to remember, when we have the word deadline, we often use the verb meet. Meet the tight deadline. Meet the deadline. That means you want to reach it. You don't want to go past it. And number 3, our sales team is actively reaching out to something to introduce our new product. What is your answer for this sentence? All right, the correct answer here is prospective clients. Our sales team is actively reaching out to prospective clients to introduce our new product. This means our sales team is contacting potential customers. Why? Because they want to introduce a new product. Okay, so did you get all 3 of those correct? Do you understand all 3 of the vocabulary words? If you still have some questions, if you're still unsure, you have 2 choices. You can rewatch the video, or you can ask me any question you have down below. I will always answer all of your questions and comments. And if you liked today's lesson, if you thought it was useful, please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. I'm always posting videos, so make sure you check out all of the ones that are coming out, and don't forget to check out the ones I've already finished. There are a lot of collocation and vocabulary lessons that I've done. Those will definitely help you increase your vocabulary. All right, until the next lesson. See ya. Thank you very much for watching today's lesson. Today we practiced 3 business English collocation vocabulary words. With these 3 words, you will be speaking English much better at work. If you like today's lesson, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. Until the next lesson, see ya.